In this video, I will show you how to use Google Forms to create a self-graded quiz. The first step is to get to the Google Forms homepage, and you can always do that from the checklist with a little cube at the top, and find Forms, which is right there, which will take you to the page that you see. So you can use one of their preset templates, which is a pretty effective way to do a quiz pretty quickly, and that's what I'll do this time. But you can make your own with a blank quiz. So let's create a quick little 5-question geography quiz on U.S. geography. So that's the title section of the quiz, and we'll do U.S. geography quiz. And you can describe what the form is if you want, or quiz in this case. But we'll just leave that blank for now. And I'll show you how you can actually make this be self-grading too. Now, the first question that I always like to put on a Google form is, what is your name? So you can quickly identify what student took your quiz. This is not a multiple choice. It'll be a short answer. And there it is. And now the other piece here is we can make every question required or not required. Generally, I like using required. That way they can't skip a question or miss a question by mistake. So we'll require that question. And there's where they're going to put their response. And then we just do a new question to actually start the quiz. We just do the plus button. So this is going to be a multiple choice quiz, just as an example, but you have different options too. We could do a drop-down menu. We could do checkboxes. You can do paragraph response questions if you want to do a quiz on a writing prompt or a discussion question. This is a good place to do that too. Self-grading on that probably is a little bit difficult, if not impossible. It's going to work best with multiple choice responses. So let's do our first question. So we just type in the box, and I'm going to come up with this one: which or what state borders Nevada, Oregon, and Arizona? So we're going to give them 3 choices. Option 1 is there for us, and we just replace that with one of our choices, and I will say Utah. Choice 2, I will say will be New Mexico. And choice 3 will be the correct answer, which will be California. Now, this is what is the new feature in Google Forms quizzes, is that you can now have it grade it for you. So we have an answer key here. So we're going to go ahead and select California as our correct answer. And since this is going to be 5 questions, we'll give each question 20 points of value. Now we can also do a feedback. So we can say for an incorrect answer something like, try again. For correct answer, we can say, good job, and save that. So every time this question is answered, you'll get one of those responses when they get the results. Let's go ahead and do question number 2. This state is called the Lone Star State. And we'll go with option 1. We'll say Texas. 2, we will do Florida. And number 3, we will do Oklahoma. And of course, the correct answer is going to be Texas. So we go to our answer key again, and we select Texas. And we give it our points value of 20. Oops. I think it wants to default to a 2. There we go. And we can always edit a question if we don't like it later on. We can do the answer feedback if we want. I'll skip that on this one. And then we'll do our third question, which will be, this state is home to the Statue of Liberty. And option number 1, we will say New York. Number 2, we will do New Jersey. And 3, we will do Michigan. Really mix it up. And once again, we go to our answer key, assign a value of 20. We select our correct answer. And we now move on to question number 4. And this one will be kind of a different kind of a multiple choice. Which of these states is not considered part of New England? And we will do a couple that are: Vermont, Rhode Island. And then we'll have our correct answer, which is actually the incorrect answer, which will be New York. And we'll again say 20 points and select our correct answer. Now, this next question I'm going to do is I'll do one that includes a graphic, which you can do. So I'm going to do which state is shaded, which state on the map is shaded in red. I have a picture that I found and colored in. So right here is where we can add an image. You can also add title and description to questions. A YouTube video is also a place that you can add additional content where they could watch a video and then respond to it. Or you can just add another section breaking up your quiz into parts. So for this one, we're going to do the image, and we have to find where we have that stored. I save that to my folder there, and it's going to upload my map, and there it is. And that's the problem that we wanted answered. And so option 1, I'm going to say is Michigan. Option 2 will be the correct answer of Ohio. And option 3, I will say, is Indiana. So we will, again, go to our answer key, do our points for 20, select our answer, and that is our quiz. Now, how do we get people to take the quiz? So the next step is we would do the send button up here at the top. And we're going to also first, I think we want to go over here and do the settings, quizzes, and just make sure that that is in fact on. Make this a quiz, assign point values to questions. And we can also say release a grade immediately after each submission or later after we review it. So that's a good thing to know too, in case you want to not let them see their score immediately and you want to discuss as a class the right or the wrong answers. Respondents can see the following: the questions they missed, the questions they got correct, and their point values. If you don't want to have any of those available, you don't have to. So we're just going to save that. And then we do send. So this is actually very easy to do, to include. If you use email for students, then you can obviously just email this to them. Or what I like to do is use it with Google Classroom. So we're going to copy that link to the form, and then we would then add that to our Google Classroom. Now, what does it look like from the student's end? So let's assume that this was in Google Classroom. They click on the link takes them to the quiz. What is your name? So I'll put in my name. And I'll answer the quiz. So I'm going to just do a couple here that are right and wrong. I'll say that that's Oklahoma. I'll say that that's New Jersey. I'll say that that's New York. I'm going to look at the map, which displays nicely, and I'll say that that's Ohio. Now I submit, and now I can see my score because we had that option available. And there it is. I got 60 out of 100. Good job. That was incorrect. That was correct. That was correct. Now, back to the teacher's view of the Google form. This is where it's really good. We already see responses available 1. If we click on that, we get this very nice graphical breakdown. And it'll show us each question, whether they got it right or wrong, who answered it, which question obviously they got right or wrong, green is correct, gray is incorrect. Now the other thing too is you can also see this as an individual breakdown. So that's just this particular student's test or quiz, which is very helpful. You can print it out, you can save it. You can also get this into a spreadsheet. So create a spreadsheet, blank quiz, create. And now we'll be taken to our spreadsheet of all of the responses from that. The questions are up here and the responses are there when it was taken. So I think this is a really effective tool and one that you could use for very quick feedback and assessments. You can do a full assessment with this. You can incorporate, as I said earlier, videos or photos, graphics. So it has a lot of good possibilities and a lot of good usages, and it works really well in Google Classroom, which I will cover in another video. That's it.